Hello everybody. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video. My name is LJ. I'm the marketing collaborator, and you have probably been forwarded this video by one of my clients or by myself. This is how to take picture-perfect visuals to make the visual aspects of your brand and your business, or your product in some cases, to make it look a little nicer, and of course get all the benefits that come with having a nicer looking product. So pictures aren't that hard. It really does boil down to four different things: the background, the lighting, the equipment, and the actual subject. So real quick video. I've only got you for a couple of minutes, so let's talk about your background for a second. Your background for people in architecture, keep it clean. Background free from any stuff, blurring or visual adjustments using one of the virtual backgrounds built into Google Meet, Zoom, or any of the other platforms is absolutely recommended if you have a cluttered background, especially. Also, another note is you should be filling up 50 to 80% of the visual pictures. The only exception being is if you have a presentation like I do now. Obviously, I'm down here in the corner of your screen, but you only want to share a single tab, silence the notification banners in your settings to make sure that everything looks all pretty and works very nicely. On the flip side, if you are photographing any sort of photos, you want a neutral background with a single product, between 80 and 90% of the frame being filled up by your product. But you also want to make sure that we are taking just like I said, a single product to make editing easier. Now, the reason behind all of this is, of course, to make editing easier, make it more visually appealing. If it's something that we can put on a neutral background or something on an eye-catching background, like my pink here, we're able to catch people's ideas and catch their eyes in the Facebook feed and potentially get them to move towards making a sale, or making a purchase, sorry. Making a sale for you. All right. Another note, for all products, always take front, back, sides, every angle that you can think of. And for food specifically, make sure you take pictures of those labels, those stickers, the USDA certified organic labels, net weight, nutrition facts, all that fun stuff, because chances are that we will need it at some point, if not right away. Next up being the lighting. Lighting is a little bit more difficult, but natural plus artificial, which is what I'm using right now. I've got the natural light coming in from my window. We have the artificial lights behind me, and then I've also got one happening right in front of me to make sure that I don't look too scary. So that is a standard 3-point lighting. The brightness should always be turned up. You can use tones if you'd like. I don't generally, because I don't really feel that it gives me any extra advantage to looking any better. So for me, it's a no. But certain products, especially if you're taking pictures of food and things like that, you want to use warmer lighting, so yellows and reds and those kinds of tones to make it look a little more appealing. If you're filming people or architecture, the opposite is true. You want to use a cooler filter or a cooler tone, like blue or green. All right. Next up is your equipment. There's really, most of this is stuff that you probably are doing anyway, but still got to go over it just in case. Clean all your camera lenses. Make sure that your built-in microphones are all good to go. Check your hard wires if you're using an external microphone or an external camera. And for your camera quality, I would always suggest 1080 pixel or better. The higher, the better. It is one of the factors that determines where you end up on the search results for video. Now, for static images, higher quality is better, though it may not always be the most appropriate. That really isn't something that you should be worried about. Most of the time, the marketing team will take care of converting it into the proper format, compressing it, making it larger, upscaling the photo resolution. We're just putting this together to make it as easy as possible, and also we have as little editing needed for your product so it's more authentically represented. All right, microphones, backup recorders, test it before the starting. It's really self-explanatory why. Silence your computer and phone notifications. You will probably hear in the background of this recording, there is a fan, a little bit of white noise in the background, just in case of somebody else in the house, yelling across the room or something like that, a dog barking in the outside, so it's easier to edit out. Just another little pro tip, we'll call it. Then, of course, the most important part is the subject. You, your product. If it's a person, be you. Talk loudly into the mic. Have fun. Just don't feel too pressured. That's what editing is for. I'm probably going to edit about half of what I record today, so just for reference. Now, as far as products, we want to get them, once again, in clear view. They want to be a single Pringle. We don't want to have multiple products crowding into the frame. For the most part, it is because products can be artificially overlaid on each other, but they cannot be, removed in the other way around. Through the same 3-point lighting with the product, making sure to leave it on a neutral background. So if we do move it from, say, the background that is your wall or your table, we want to move it onto a white background or a brand colored background. Just a couple of last minute tips before I let you all go for the day. Use a timer, use a stand or other stationary holder. A pro tip from my days as a photography nerd: breathe in, exhale, and take the picture and as you're about to be done exhaling for the best, stability. And then the third one would be the rule of thirds. So think of a tic-tac-toe board over your subject. So, tic-tac-toe, everybody's played tic-tac-toe. I don't know why I'm making the sign. But lining up your subject along one of the four corners of, there we go. One of the four corners of your frame will actually make it more visually appealing. All right, guys, and that is how you make pixel-perfect visuals for everything that you need visuals for. Again, my name is LJ. It was great having you guys today. Love and light. Namaste.